Shelby Hofe. I am the media coordinator and the new campaign ambassador program lead for the GCC. A little bit about me and my story and how I got involved in politics. I was always the young, precocious, and loud-mouthed child. For example, I was the 5th grader at 10 years old who refused to say the Pledge of Allegiance in Girl Scouts because I disagreed with the Afghanistan war, and so I was always that kid, you know. So I did a lot of drama, and when I wasn't caught up in myself and my own drama, I was always interested in politics. And I went to a very politically active college, New College of Florida, very small, if anyone's heard of it. And after that, I decided to work for the Ready for Hillary PAC. Hillary has been my, oh my God, what is that word? Not my mentor, because I've sadly never met her, but idol, inspiration, role model, thank you, all of those words, everything. And that's how I first moved to the district and started law school here. I went to the Catholic University of America here in DC. If anyone knows anything about it, it's one of the most Republican law schools in the country. On my first day of orientation, I learned there was no Democratic Law Students Association. However, their Republican National Lawyers Association had a 65-strong membership. So on my second day of orientation, I started the Democratic Law Students Association. And I kept that going for all 3 years of law school. And after I graduated, I decided that I wanted to get more active in my community, which is how I've been brought here to you today. And that's the message I really want to give to you guys. The best way for you to get started, if you want your voice heard and you want to get involved in your communities. I mean, everything begins in the communities. I think a lot of you know that and already are familiar with that. But the best way to get involved and to get your voice heard is to volunteer. If you want to volunteer with campaigns, if politics is your jam, if you want to get involved in issue groups, if that's what you like to do, then just get out there and volunteer. At the GCC, to help kind of bring about more volunteerism and get more people involved, we started the new campaign ambassadorship program, which means that we will have a member of the GCC assigned to an individual campaign, and that person for the GCC will be that campaign's point person, and they will establish their own point person within the campaign to create a one-on-one relationship between campaigns, and we're also doing this for Democratic groups and issue groups, so that we can have a direct one-on-one kind of partnership with these groups to be able to bring information back and forth, kind of take out as many middlemen as we can, as many different telephones as we can, to make sure that we can get these groups and these campaigns the volunteers, phone banking, venues, fundraising that they need, and they can tell us what their events are so that we can promote them. So if any of you are in the DC area and want to get involved in that, absolutely let me know. I would be happy to help you. And if you are not in the area, the GCC, the DMV area, then go back to your communities and you can get involved in volunteers in so many other ways. There's phone banking, canvassing, door knocking. I mean, you can write letters to your congressmen and your elected officials, which is incredibly important nowadays with Judge Kavanaugh, so definitely write your officials. And you can sponsor voter registration drives, because the most important thing to do is get ready for midterms this November. Are y'all ready for midterms this November? Yeah, because they're going to speak to our issues. I want to tell you guys a story from The West Wing. Sam Seymour, a character in The West Wing. Yes, I love Sam Seymour too. It's a problem. But Sam Seymour told a story once to the staff in which he was working on a congressional campaign, and in the district there was a man who, regardless of party and regardless of platform, ran with the same platform of abolishing the federal income tax. And Sam, like many of you know, this is not a realistic goal. But regardless of party, regardless of platform, regardless of the levels of government that we're running, he was there to talk about abolishing the federal income tax, regardless. And so Sam spoke to this man and said, why are you doing this? No one is going to vote for your candidate. Nobody about your issues. You're embarrassing yourself. And the man said, this is my district, and nobody gets to speak in my district without speaking to my ideas and my values. And that's exactly what we all need to do this November. No one gets to run in our districts without speaking to our values and without speaking to our ideals. So, the best way to do that is to get involved, volunteer, and remember, the first and most important step in policymaking is to vote. All right, thank you guys. We will see you this afternoon for policymaking. We're really excited to work